In the book The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav, Chapter 1 Introduction provides an overview of intuition and its power. It begins with a discussion on how our lives are shaped by both conscious thought and unconscious wisdom. This chapter explains that we can use this knowledge to make better decisions in life as well as gain insight into ourselves and others around us. Additionally, it discusses why understanding intuition is important for personal growth. Such topics include developing trust in one's own inner guidance system, learning from mistakes without judgment or fear, recognizing patterns within relationships between people or events over time, etc. Furthermore, readers will learn about different types of intuitive experiences, including physical sensations like goosebumps or chills when something feels right/wrong, flashes of inspiration which come out of the blue, dreams providing insights into future possibilities, among other examples given throughout the text. Finally, concluding remarks emphasize that while there may be no single definition for what constitutes intuition, everyone has access to their own unique form if they take some time to explore it further through practice and patience. Chapter 2 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the nature and power of intuition. He explains that it is a formless, non-linear way to access knowledge beyond what we can learn through our five senses or from books. It comes in many forms such as hunches, gut feelings, flashes of insight, and more. He also discusses how intuition works with logic. While they are different processes for accessing information, both have their place when making decisions or solving problems. Finally, he talks about developing your intuitive skills so you can use them effectively in everyday life situations like decision-making and problem-solving. Chapter 3 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the language that intuition speaks. He explains how it is a formless, nonverbal communication and can be experienced as an emotion or sensation in the body. It often comes to us through symbols, images, dreams, and visions, which are all forms of intuitive guidance from our higher self. To understand this language, we must learn to trust ourselves more deeply than ever before so that we may recognize its subtle messages when they come up for us. We also need to practice being still enough within ourselves so that these messages become clear instead of getting lost amidst other thoughts or feelings going on inside our minds at any given time. Finally, he encourages readers not only listen but act upon their intuitions if they want them to grow stronger over time, otherwise those same insights will remain dormant until acted upon again later down road, something no one wants. Chapter 4 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the power and importance of intuition. He explains that it is a form of intelligence, which can be used to make decisions in life without relying solely on logic or reason. It allows us to access information from our subconscious mind as well as other sources outside ourselves such as energy fields, collective consciousness, and spiritual guidance. In order for one's intuition to work effectively, they must learn how to trust their inner voice and develop an awareness about themselves so that they are able to recognize when their intuitive messages come through clearly versus being clouded with fear-based thoughts or emotions. Additionally, he discusses ways we can strengthen our connection with this source, including meditation practices like mindfulness, connecting deeply within oneself during moments where you feel inspired, listening closely for subtle clues throughout your day, paying attention more often than not while engaging in conversations both internally, self-talk, and externally, with others, learning how best utilize all five senses together rather than just focusing primarily on sight/hearing alone, etc. Ultimately, his message is clear: if we want true success, then developing a strong relationship between yourself and your own personal wisdom will help lead you down the right path towards achieving whatever goals may have set out before yourselves. Chapter 5 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the relationship between intuition and the mind. He explains that our minds are capable of much more than we realize. including accessing information from beyond what is available to us through physical senses or logical reasoning. This ability comes in part from a deeper level within ourselves known as the intuitive self, which can be accessed with practice and patience. Through this connection, one can gain insight into their own life experiences as well as those around them, allowing for greater understanding and clarity when making decisions about how best to move forward in any given situation. Additionally, he discusses various techniques such as meditation or journaling that may help open up these channels further so they become easier to access over time, ultimately leading towards an overall heightened sense of awareness, both internally and externally. Chapter 6 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the connection between intuition and physical body. He explains that our bodies are a reflection of what is happening in our inner world, which includes both conscious thoughts as well as unconscious ones. Our emotions can be felt physically through sensations such as tightness or warmth in certain areas. These feelings often indicate an intuitive message from within us about something we need to pay attention to. Additionally, he discusses how meditation can help us become more aware of subtle changes occurring inside ourselves so that we may better understand any messages being sent out by our intuition. Finally, he emphasizes the importance for each individual to take responsibility for their own health and well-being, since it directly affects one's ability to access higher levels of consciousness where true wisdom lies hidden beneath surface-level thinking patterns. Chapter 7 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the relationship between intuition and soul. He explains that our souls are eternal, while we experience life in physical form for a limited time. Our souls have access to knowledge beyond what is available through our five senses or rational thought processes. This higher level of understanding can be accessed through intuition. Through developing an awareness and connection with one's inner self, it becomes possible to tap into intuitive wisdom, which provides insight about how best to live authentically according to one's purpose in life, as well as guidance regarding decisions related both large-scale issues such as career choices and smaller matters like relationships or daily activities. Additionally, he discusses ways that individuals can cultivate their own spiritual growth, including meditation practices designed specifically for connecting with the divine within oneself so they may gain greater clarity around personal goals and values from a place outside egoic thinking patterns. Chapter 8 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the importance and power that intuition has in relationships. He explains how it can be used to create a deeper connection between two people, as well as help them understand each other better. Additionally, he discusses how one's intuitive abilities can also provide insight into their own behavior and motivations when interacting with others. Furthermore, Zukav emphasizes the need for trust within any relationship if true understanding is to occur. Without this element present, then communication will remain superficial at best. Finally, he encourages readers to use their intuition more often in order to gain greater clarity about themselves and those around them so they may form stronger connections with loved ones or even strangers alike. Chapter 9 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the relationship between intuition and our environment. He explains that we are all connected to each other, as well as to nature, through an invisible web of energy. This connection allows us to sense what is happening in our surroundings without having direct contact with it or even being aware that something has changed. We can use this intuitive ability for guidance when making decisions about how best to interact with others and care for the planet's resources. Zukav emphasizes the importance of understanding both ourselves and our environment if we want true harmony within them. He suggests taking time out from everyday life every now and then so that one may be able to listen more closely to their inner voice, which will help guide them towards a better future, not only personally but also collectively speaking. Additionally, he encourages readers to take responsibility over their actions since they have power over creating positive change in society, whether big or small-scale changes, and thus contribute positively into preserving natural balance while still achieving personal goals at the same time. Finally, he reminds his audience once again why developing trustful relationships based upon mutual respect should always come first before anything else, because these connections form strong foundations needed for any kind of lasting progress. Chapter 10 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on the power and potential that intuition has to offer in terms of predicting future events. He explains how our intuitive abilities can be used as a tool for understanding what is likely to happen, rather than relying solely on logic or reason. Additionally, he discusses the importance of trusting one's own inner guidance when making decisions about life choices such as career paths and relationships. Finally, he emphasizes that it is important not only to trust your intuition but also take action based upon its insights if you want them to manifest into reality. In conclusion, this chapter provides an insightful look at how we can use our innate ability for insightfulness in order to make better informed decisions regarding both present circumstances and possible future outcomes. Chapter 11 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav focuses on intuition and the spiritual journey. He explains that when we use our intuitive guidance, it can lead us to a deeper understanding about ourselves and life in general. We are able to access this knowledge through meditation or contemplation, which allows us to connect with our inner wisdom. This connection helps us gain insight into what is truly important for living an authentic life, as well as how best to serve others around us. Additionally, he discusses how developing trust in one's own intuition leads them down their unique path towards personal growth and transformation, allowing them not only greater self-awareness but also more meaningful relationships with those around them. Its ability help foster empathy between people who may have different perspectives from each other yet still be connected at a deep level because they share similar values based upon their individual intuition's guiding principles. Finally, he emphasizes the importance of being open-minded while exploring these new ideas so that you can fully benefit from your experiences along your spiritual journey without getting stuck in any particular belief system or dogma. Chapter 12 of The Power of Intuition by Gary Zukav is the conclusion to his book. In this chapter, he emphasizes that intuition can be used as a tool for personal growth and transformation in our lives. He explains how we must learn to trust ourselves and use our inner wisdom when making decisions or taking action on something important. Additionally, he encourages us to practice being mindful so that we are better able to recognize intuitive guidance from within ourselves. Finally, Zukav reminds readers that it takes time and effort, but with patience one will eventually become more adept at using their intuition effectively in order to make positive changes in life, both personally and professionally. With these words of encouragement ringing true throughout the entire book, it's clear why The Power of Intuition has been such an inspiring read for many people around the world looking towards self-improvement through trusting themselves first before anything else.